So today we are discussing who should be in England's Euro 2016 squad. It's maybe not as obvious as it first appears, starting, of course, with the goalkeepers, Chris. Obviously, Joe Hart and Fraser Forster on the plane, but Jack Butland's fractured ankle means there's more than likely going to be a spot open. Who do we think deserves to be in contention?
There's a few candidates. You've got Tom Heaton is one. I've seen Robert Green tentatively mentioned as well. I'm going to go a little bit left field and say take Jordan Pickford. He's the starter for the under-21s. And I think when you can give a youngster like that tournament experience and immerse them in what is a very unique situation, that's only going to benefit them moving forward.
Okay, that was easy.
Yeah.
At right back, of course, we're going to have... Yes, exactly. We're going to have Kyle Walker and Nathaniel Klein. At left back, we're going to have Ryan Bertrand and Danny Rose. Centre back, we've got to go for John Stones. We've got to go for Chris Smalling and Gary Cahill. There's that spot left open though, Dave. Who do you think deserves to take it?
Well, potentially you could look at someone like Phil Jagielka who has the experience, or maybe someone like Phil Jones coming back from injury. But I reckon that we should just go with 3 centre-halves and then look for, if we have an injury there, or if we have 2 injuries there, look to drop Eric Dyer there. He's played that role for Spurs. You know, where he plays for Spurs in midfield is holding midfield, so he shuttles in front of the back 2 and sometimes drops between them to make a back 3. So he's comfortable to play there. You look at his stats, you know, the most interceptions of any England midfielder this season in the Premier League. Only Andrew Sherman's completed more passes of English midfielders, so he has that ability to play the forward pass. Brilliant at reading the game. So I think that it'll be perfect if we need another centre-back, throw him in there, but I feel he's got to be the linchpin of this midfield, the holder.
I like that. Versatile option. Okay, so let's agree on that. That makes our 8 defenders. Let's move into midfield now. We've got Lallana, we've got Henderson, we've got Barkley, we've got Ali, we've got Milner, we've got Sterling, who are going to be on that plane. The debate that comes in, Chris, no. I've seen a lot of people saying you can either take one of Drinkwater or Noble. What do you make of that?
It's a fair debate. I think that they're similar in what they do. I think not only is he near the top of the league with Leicester, he also understands how Jamie Vardy works. And for me personally, the more links you can forge in your team, I think that improves the chemistry. I think it improves the overall flow as well.
Would you say it's the ultimate team, Chris?
In many ways, yeah. The ultimate team.
It's that chem. It's all about that 100%
It's all about that chem.
You can't just apply cards, you get impacts.
Yeah.
Okay. So by having Dyer as one of our defenders, we've sort of opened up a space in the squad here. We could either go for an 8th midfielder or a 5th attacker, essentially. In midfield, Lawrence, a lot of suggestions that Roy Hodgson wants to take Jack Wilshere if he's given the opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
I've heard Dave say Michael Carrick deserves to be on that plane. What do you reckon, Lawrence? Wilshere, Carrick, neither?
So what I want is the stability that maybe a Michael Carrick adds to this team. What I want is and when I say stability, I don't mean, he's going to go in crunching tackles and that he's a particularly mobile player. I mean, he's someone who England, again, need with the versatility, the passing, almost the metronome-esque role, which maybe England lack, and that maybe Jack Wilshere doesn't give.
Well, Dave, what do you make of that Wilshere debate? Because some people say he's still England's best central midfielder. Of course, he hasn't kicked a ball since pre-season, but he could still be on his way to France.
Right, that's absolutely crazy, right? You know, you look at players that are in form going into a tournament, that's who you want. Jack Wilshere's a fantastically technically good. He's very good at dribbling with the ball. He's got great close control, but he doesn't have a role in midfield. He's a classic English player that's fallen into the trap of being too versatile, not locking down a shirt in midfield, whether it be the 6, controlling from the back, the 8, the link man, or the number 10. He can kind of play every single one of those roles, but he's becoming the jack of all trades. He's not grab one of those shirts and become a number 10, or even play wide. Quite like Jack Wilshere in a wide position. He is very, very good at dribbling at people, creative.
Okay, let's leave that midfield debate for now, because that extra space in the squad may well end up being taken by an attacker. We may well go for a 5th one here. Looks like Kane's going, looks like Vardy's going, looks like Sturridge is going, looks like Rooney's going. Those are the obvious options. For you, Kristen, out of those 4 attackers, who deserves to be starting for England?
I think it has to be one of Kane or Vardy, even both, if you want to be quite cavalier with it. I think they're the best in form. The talk of Rooney, I accept he has to go because of his seniority and his position and those other factors. But in terms of starting for this team, I think you need someone who's mobile, first and foremost. I also like the sort of defensive forward that Vardy is, in the sense that he will push the back line of the opposition. And as we saw with the Holland game, that was actually quite a useful thing to have when things were getting a bit tight for England.
Dave, if we've got that 5th spot open, who do you think deserves to take it? We've got the likes of Walcott, Welbeck maybe, who could be on that plane.
You see, I'd go, a completely different option. You look at Troy Deeney for what he does for this Watford team. He leads the press. He He's a brilliant captain. He's telling players where to go in the right sort of situation, in the right way. You look at his link up with Ighalo. He's assisted 6 of Ighalo's goals in the Premier League this season. That's the second best relationship between assister and goal scorer, only bettered by 2 other England players, Dele Alli and Harry Kane, obviously. But what Deeney gives you as well, he's physical. If you knock the ball up to it, he'll usually win it. But it can create a chance. He's got a lovely weight to his passing. We've seen a number of times him slide Ighalo through to be clean on goal. I just think he's a different option, something that we don't have in the squad. They're all quite lightweight, our strikers, in a way. Harry Kane, you'd say, is probably the most physical. You get Deeney in there, mixing up against Italian defenders or something like that. It could be a nice option.
Would you agree with that, Kristen? Deeney's a good option to take?
I would agree. He's not getting the press attention. It's the likes of Walcott and Rashford and Welbeck. But I think actually Troy Deeney does give you something different. In the air, he's relatively strong. I think he's won something like 1 out of 2 aerial duels this season. And in general, I do think he just has that different option. And if we look at the best teams, I always think Man United in '99 are the best example. Look at the versatility they had in their forward line. That's why they were so successful, was because they had different kinds of options. And I think that's what we would get with Deeney.
Can I just put a quick question mark on that? That Troy Deeney or any striker that plays in that way, there's nothing wrong with the way that he plays. But there are question marks over the officiating of such players as Troy Deeney and the way that they're perceived in the European game. And as soon as you put Deeney out on the continent, I think continental defenders, and this is not, it's nothing to do with your little island. Literally, it is. You put them against continental defenders, and those defenders know I'll just go down because the referee's looking for it. As soon as I go down, it's a foul. Peter Crouch suffered from it. Other big strikers in the European game have suffered from it, and there's a reason why only certain nations get away with it, and it's the perception of those guys.
Okay, Dave, you've charmed me. Troy Deeney is on that plane. That is our squad then for Euros 2016, our England squad. I think it's pretty good. I think there's a bit of versatility in there. There's a few options. I think it's going to be better than Roy Hodgson's squad, but there you have it. Lawrence, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks.
Chris, thank you.
Pleasure.
And Dave, it's been wonderful to have you.
I'm so glad Deeney's on the plane.
Adam, thank you, Adam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Let us know what you made of our squad. Let us know who you'd pick as well. Until next time, we'll see you later.